We got that Poppa thing. We got that Poppa thing. We got that Poppa thing. We got that Poppa thing.
Here we are.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Greetings. Welcome to the Poppa Pank podcast. I am Jaylene Clark Owens, and this is my friend and my co-host,
Justin Jane.
There's a lot of gray in the world. We think it needs a little more Pank. Poppa Pank. We are Philly-based, multi-hyphenated, and award-winning actors taking on all things arts and culture in this joy-forward and ever-playful variety podcast. You are listening to our theme song composed by Jordan McCree, member of the band Ill Dudes. We welcome you, Pank Poppas, both old and new. Please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. With that, let's get it started.
Yes. Jaylene.
I did not notice that it had more at the
All the way
bottom.
down. That would be a lot. That's the song. Oh, we're going to talk about Dolly Parton later. But here we are at the end of season 4 on episode 70. Hello,
evening.
Janice. Good evening. We are about to take a break before coming back in the fall. And this is always a great chance for us to look back and look ahead as we wrap up another joy-filled season on the podcast. Now, in this episode, we'll have a bit of a summer recap as we share what has been tickling us Pank here in Philly and beyond. And later, we'll dive into an arts and culture fall preview of goings-on that we are excited about. And of course, we'll cool off with our hot topic as Jaylene and I share a bit about our process as artists who have worked on big projects this year.
Yes. Now, if you missed the last episode, then you missed a good one. We popped in with puppeteer and puppet designer Sedwan Hooks, who worked with us on Alvy's Elevator. We had a great time learning more about puppetry, and Sedwan even showed us one of his puppets from his collection. It was awesome. Also, he is really good at smush. Like our Pank Gang smush, y'all know it. I would say he was the best out of all of our guests we've had on the show at Smush. So if you missed it, catch the replay on our Facebook or our YouTube pages.
But right now, it is still summertime. That's why we're wearing our sunglasses, and it's in Philly. So let's get this beach party started with some Poppa drinks.
Okay. Whew. Get your glass so we can clank.
It's time for that Poppa drink.
Poppa drink.
Poppa drink.
Poppa drink.
Poppa drink. And cheers. And cheers. Arriba, abajo, al centro, pa dentro. Jingle mascara mabuhay. Hello. Yes, I know. Well, Pank Poppas out there, if you're watching and listening in our live studio audience, tell us what you're drinking tonight and why. Let us know in the chat. While you're letting us know, Jaylene, what are you drinking?
Woo, I'm taking off my shades so I can see for real. Ooh, okay. What am I drinking? Well, I am having a hibiscus liqueur. Because with 2 maraschino cherries in the bottom.
Classy.
Yes, I have to be classy. So next week, Lorenzo and I are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. So, I'm trying to count my calories. I'm saving all my calories for next week because I know there will be lots of celebrations. So I'm like, I said I wasn't going to drink my calories this week. So I'm being good, and I have a seltzer water with some cherries.
Well, what are you going to eat on your anniversary? Can you share?
Well, it's a multi-day experience.
Of course, just like your birthday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's 10 years, you know. We were originally going to be away, but then we decided to do a staycation, and it actually works out because next week we got a lot of big things happening. And so
Oh,
it's good that we are in town.
that's right.
But I know that for one of the days we will be at Davio's
Oh,
Steakhouse.
all right. Well, I hope there's a lot of champagne and bubbles
Yes.
and desserts and all and
Yes.
maraschino cherries galore.
Yes.
So, summertime always makes me think of a crisp cold beer on the porch with the neighbors, or snuck in the cooler at the beach, or by the pool with friends, or for some delicious barbecue at the cookout. So tonight, I am enjoying this Cape May Brewing Company Cape May White.
Mhm.
I love this beer because Cape May, of course, is the Jersey Shore, and that's totally a summer thing here in Philadelphia. And this is a golden wheat ale, which always has been a refreshing kind of vibe on a hot summer day. So here's to summer. And Jaylene, what
Cheers.
are some of the Pank Papas out there enjoying?
Well, Janice, she says, you already know she's having her water. Okay. I'm essentially having the same thing. So I feel you on that. Mama Pat, we missed you. Welcome back. Mama Pat is having a whiskey shot.
It's medicinal.
Tea, lemon, and honey. So basically, what's that?
A hot toddy. Hot toddy.
Toddy. A hot toddy. Yes, we love to see it.
Yes.
You know, that is just, it's so great to have y'all here. That is such great news.
Oh, nice.
Which brings us to our next segment.
That was good.
Pank News. So
wondering.
this is where we talk about anything we're vibing on this week in arts and culture. This could be anything from a theater show that we've seen to pop culture events, visual arts. So what are you talking about today, Justin, for your Pank News?
Well, I wanted to do an update on all of the union strikes going on. And as proud members of unions, both of us are a part of the Actors Equity Association for professional stage actors and stage managers. And Jaylene is a card-carrying SAG-AFTRA member. And I am part of the teachers union here in Philly. Standing in solidarity is important to us. So who's on strike in our industry and where do things currently stand? As we all know, the Writers Guild Association has been on strike since early May, picketing to achieve fair and equitable contracts with production companies, particularly around the usage of their work on streaming platforms, as well as demands for equity and regulation around AI-generated content. Just 5 years ago, I wouldn't have ever thought that would be a thing.
Exactly.
And then in June, SAG-AFTRA, Jaylene's union, joined the picket lines as their contracts came up for renewal, both to stand in solidarity as well as make similar demands. Now, since then, both unions seemed far from reaching deals with studios despite several attempts. And for the first time in 3 months, both sides met at the negotiating table last Friday, but they have not agreed to resume negotiations. So some speculate that the studios want to drag the negotiations on until union members reach breaking points and cave in. And this is kind of like already happening. So this isn't really great news, but actor and queer icon Billy Porter today recently released that he has to sell his house in Hollywood due to the lack of income related to the strikes. That's wild to me.
Crazy.
An emergency aid fund does exist for actors and union members who qualify, but those funds are finite. So the news to report here is that there hasn't been much movement, and we are approaching a period when these strikes will be felt by the public at large. So when those favorite streaming shows you have out there don't air next seasons on your screens, do not be surprised and do not complain. So what's the biggest way to support these unions? Maybe a lot of people are asking. Well, it's not as easy as boycotting a business, because chances are you watching Netflix or not doesn't really change much, and you like your shows, so keep watching your shows. But donations are needed right now more than ever to help relief funds like the ones that are going towards actors and writers right now, trying to make change in their industry. So if you can, visit sagaftra.org. That's SAGAFTRA.org. And go to the support section. It's the best way to put your money to use if you want to help in that way. But in slightly better and kind of related news, at the end of last month, a tentative deal was reached with Broadway workers, members of the IATSE union. That's the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. They managed to avert a Broadway strike in addition to the ones that are happening on both coasts. So there is hope that demonstrations and being loud like this does have power to make change. Regardless, as a proud union member, I can't emphasize how important it is to keep this in the news cycle as real people's livelihoods are at stake. It's not just like a few people, it's thousands and thousands of workers. Anyway.
And it's not just, you know, the famous celebrities that, you know, for most of us are not that, you know, most of us are not making millions. We're just, you know, out here doing this thing that we love and trying to survive. So when you think a lot of people in the comments online, you know, they're like, oh, what are these spoiled, you know, actors doing? You know, they're striking. Oh, poor them. All they do is play dress up, and, you know, there's real hardworking Americans out there. No. We are also us actors and whatnot. We are also hardworking Americans, doing the thing that we love to do. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I really think
come on, networks.
I feel like people at large will really feel the impact of this in the coming months. So we're everywhere. But anyway, Jaylene, what did you want to highlight in arts and culture news?
In arts and culture news, I want to highlight friend in my head, Angel Lakita Moore-Tanksley, the actress, okay, and now rapper. So if you don't know Angel, she also goes by That Chick Angel, and I, you know, became affiliated. I became associate. I became familiar with her. I became familiar with her because she hosts the podcast Here's the Thing with Kev on Stage. We've talked about Kev on Stage media many times on here. And so Angel, you know, she's an actress, she's a singer, she's a creator. And I don't know if y'all remember a few months ago when there was this older white woman online named Sister Cindy, who was speaking on a college campus about the horrible things that can happen if you give a woman too many margaritas. And she was like trying to preach a message to these college students, basically about how you should stay away from alcohol. Her little phrase is like, be a hoe no mo, or something like that. And so she was doing it. She was saying that, you know, keep the women away from alcohol because it can lead to women acting in a promiscuous manner. But because she was doing it on a college campus, the outdoor crowd interpreted her words a little bit differently. So she spoke about how, like, if you give her one margarita, she will spread her legs. And then the crowd is like, yeah. I think she might have thought they were like, that's why you can't give her one margarita. But of course, the college kids are like, yeah, so give her. And she kept going. If you give her two margaritas, she will pounce on your expletive.
Yeah.
Like she did all that. So Angel heard that and was like, you know, this sounds like a rap song. Yeah. So one day when she was doing a podcast like us, she was like, you know, Kevin, give me a beat. And she was like, give me one margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me two margaritas, I'ma give you some head. Like she made a whole little thing, remixing Sister Cindy's words. And she took that clip and posted it on her social media. It started blowing up, and two producers took her words and put it to a beat, and then that started blowing up. And those two got together. They released an official song, much like I did when I had a Black Girl in Her Braids. It went from just being a little audio sound, and then I released it as an official song to all the channels and all the streaming, Spotify, all that, and it has become so popular. Lizzo used it. Now, you know, I know she's going through some stuff right now, but Lizzo used it. Janelle Monáe used it. Like all these celebrities and non-celebrities used the song. And she came out with a music video. Then she came out with a remix with Saucy Santana, the rapper, featuring Cindy Crawford in the music video. Like, it has just been blowing up. And literally right before I came on here, I looked on my phone and in my feed, I saw she's coming out with a remix with the rappers Flo Milli, Sexy Red, and Fendi. They're all going to be on this song. And so I am just so happy for Angel that something that started off on her podcast has blown up. She has over 10 million streams on Spotify alone.
Wow.
So it just shows how you gotta just create content, put it out there, and get with the right people and monetize that joint and just keep growing and growing. So that was definitely inspiring to me, and that's in my Pank news.
That is amazing. Do you know what's up with Sister Cindy now? Like, how has she received all this? Because she's now famous.
Yeah, in the beginning, she said a few things, and then her and Angel became very cordial. And then when she released the video with Saucy Santana, I think Sister Cindy has something to say again as well. But they talked, so I don't think it's like beef. But I think Sister Cindy has mixed feelings on it all.
Well, marketing is marketing, but regardless, that is so funny, and all of that has me tickle Pank, which brings us to our next segment, Tickle Pank.
Well, Tickle Pank is where we usually talk about something that has recently been bringing us joy, and it's a bit of a catch-up for Justin and I. And since this is our season finale, before we start again in the fall, we wanted to touch on some things that brought us big joy this summer. So, Justin, what has had you tickle Pank this summer?
Well, I started the summer off with a bang, finishing 12th night at the Wilma Theater, which is also Mama Pat's 100th show at the Wilma. We cannot celebrate that enough. And then I went right into Other Orbits by Applied Mechanics as my summer gig. And that went extremely well. It was such a weird project. We've been working on this for 5 years, and it was a wild kind of performance ride being in like Kensington at this big like television studio in this immersive environment, and audiences really loved it, and they really turned out. That was really fun. The other thing is, like, I've had a lot of pottery progress. I've been doing classes for a year now. Wow. I forgot to bring pieces to show and tell you, but they are getting better, and I am giving away some of my pottery for free. If you come to my Fringe show, you might just get one. Some lucky audience members might.
Ooh.
But other things that have been tickling me, Pank, is like I just got back from Tennessee, where I was at Dollywood, where I got this shirt. This is a Dolly Parton song for those of you that live under a rock. Jolene, 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 Jolene.
And people always sing this song to me when they find out my name is Jaylene.
Yes, and I sometimes call Jaylene Jolene when I just want to get under her nerves. But I loved all of the arts and culture that was at Dollywood. There were tons of shows and artists on display there. But my favorite roller coaster that I've been on is there. And I didn't know that it was there till I was on it, called the Lightning Rod. It's also really dangerous. I learned that it's like closed most of the time, and that people like get hit in the face with debris all the time when they're on it.
What?
Anyway, I'm also tickled Pank in Wilma news because I had an awesome hot house intensive with about 20 students. And right now, this week, I'm in a music workshop for Good Person of Szechuan, which I'm directing next season. And I'm working with Mel Sue and Jordan McCree. So we've been calling it a musical summit. They are magicians and magicians. And it's just been a really special room to be a part of. But awesome. Jaylene, what has had you tickled Pank this summer?
Well, this summer, of course, Albie's Elevator had me tickled Pank, watching that on TV, seeing our faces up on there every day. Like, it's still surreal. Also, this summer, Lawrence and I began playing pickleball with my parents. And that has brought me so much joy. It is such a fun activity, and I love to just see my parents being active. They've gotten so much better with this. Like, they've been doing it a while now, so it's really impressive to see their skills and see them with all their little pickleball friends. And just being active. It's wonderful. It's a great bonding experience and it's fun. Yeah, so that every time we've played pickleball, it has certainly tickled me, Pank. And then my other 3 tickle Panks all begin with B's.
Ooh.
Beach Day, Beyonce, and the Bald Brothers.
Yes.
So Beach Day, I finally got to the beach this year. I went with former guests of the podcast, Brett Ashley Robinson, Tasha Marie Canales, and Danielle Lene. All of them have been on the show. And it was just great. We went to Brigantine out on the Jersey Shore, and it was lovely. I need to get back to the beach. So that tickled me, Pank. Then I saw Beyonce. I saw Beyonce at the Renaissance.
You were close.
I was on the floor seats.
Did you meet up with James?
No, we were not in the same area, but it was a wonderful time. Beyonce that's the closest I've ever been to Beyonce, because she crossed right in front of us on the stage, me and Danielle, and I was just like, wow, like that is Beyonce. It was if money was no option, I would definitely see that show again. Because it was just wonderful. I had such a great time. All the artistry, just her vocals, of course, were great. The production value, it was so good, and it was such a community. Everybody, yes, outfit, yes. Like we all looked like little silver Martians. It was a wonderful experience.
Aww.
And then finally, the third B is the Bald Brothers. The Bald Brothers tour featuring Kev on stage and Tony Baker. They were at the Fillmore, and I had myself a laugh. And it was great. So that all had me so tickled pink this summer.
Oh, that is so hot. And speaking of hot, let's get into our hot topic.
Hot topic. So Hot Topic is the part of our show where we highlight either myself or Justin as we bring to the episode something that we are passionate about in relation to the theme that day. And since we are ending summer vacations and gearing up for fall projects, we thought it would be fun to take a deep dive into what we have upcoming, how we are making it, and why you should come support us. So we're going to do that. And then, of course, get into some shenanigans with the Pank Gamez. So, yeah, Justin and I have just a few questions for each other about these exciting endeavors. So let's get into it.
Yes. Well, our Pank Poppas may know this already, but both Jaylene and I are self-producers and entrepreneurs, and we are both growing our crafts in different ways. So let's start by pitching what you've been working on. What are you currently working on, Jaylene?
Myself.
All of us and more of us need to be doing that.
But yeah, I've done something that I've never done before, which is write 15 poems in 1 year. It is a huge accomplishment for me, and I am so proud. I usually make it a goal to write at least 12 once a month. But there have been many a year where not even that has happened, where I've written no new poems. So to write 15 and still be going and still have the rest of the year, left, like I'm really happy about that. Some of them I've shared publicly, some are waiting for the right open mic, some will be debuted in upcoming shows. So yeah. I'm also Sorry. Nothing. I'm also continuing to spread the word about my merch. I created merch, and if you're watching, you can see the shirt that I have on, Black Girl in Her Braids and Locks and Froze and Twist and Switch Up, which is inspired by one of the poems from my EP, A Black Girl in Her Hair. So yeah, I created shirts, hoodies, cell phone accessories. Where my phone at? Look at it.
Yes.
So, it's been really awesome. And so I've been working on that. You can find it at jaylenclarkowens.com/shop. So yeah, what about you? What you've been working on, Justin?
I love all of that. I want to get me some merch, and so one of your merch providers is in the family. Camden Printworks is doing a lot of that stuff, so I'm excited about that. But the thing that I'm pitching is the solo show that I'm doing for Cannonball Fringe, The Dangers of Tobacco by Anton Chekhov. Ever heard of him? And it's adapted and performed by me. So I'm doing this in the Fringe Festival from September 3rd through 11th at Fidget Space in Northern Liberties. The times are late, so if you can't make it, I understand. But here's the blurb that I wrote. It's a wild Filipino adaptation of Chekhov's solo play, The Dangers of Tobacco. What starts as a bumbling lecture given by a dusty old professor devolves into a revelation of a life lived. It's a smashing of Chekhov with the story of a first-generation queer clown blurring the fine line between performer and character and actor and audience. So I'm taking this 10-minute monologue that he wrote, and then I'm exploding it and smashing it and transforming it. And it has been an exhilarating process, and it feels like an otherworldly collaboration with like someone who's been long dead, like this long dead old white dude from Russia. And that's been really fun to sort of feel that spirit and energy in the room.
Yes, Justin. Well, I can't wait to attend and throw tomatoes on stage.
Yes, please. I'm hungry. I need some salad. Thank you. Yes, I need the cows to come home. Ooh.
Yes, make sure y'all support Justin. I can't wait to do a little Poppa play at your Fringe show.
All right.
Okay. So question 2, let's share with our Pank Poppas a little bit about the process we are going through to bring these projects into being. So I know, like, for me, the first 13 poems that I wrote this year were all written for a specific reason. Like, I had to write poems. Excuse me. Whew, that's so sad. I had to write poems for my open mics at the Wilma. I had to write poems for my shows at World Cafe Live. So with those, I needed to write them for work, which is cool. But the last 2 I recently wrote, I wrote them because I just needed to write them. So I love that. I love being able to leisurely write, because that's what I used to do. Like in high school, when I had no responsibilities other than going to school, I could just sit all day and just write poems because I had something to say. So I'm happy that I got to do that. And then in terms of making the merch, you know, I wanted merch from the minute I released The Black Girl in Her Braids. So it was just about figuring out what company would sell my merch online, and then also figuring out who would put together my designs.
Yeah. Have you ever tried that exercise? I mean, clearly you haven't yet, but writing a poem a day?
No. I've seen that, and I've always been so overwhelmed by that. I'm like,
well, I mean,
most people do that. They're usually very short.
Very short, and most of them is like throwaway stuff, but every now and then a gem will happen. I forget who did that. There was a playwright who wrote a play a day. Do you remember who that was? They were literally a scene. It was like a scene. But I remember reading a lot of those, and I was like, oh, most of them are bad, and this is a famous playwright. But then every now and then there would be like 2 or 3 lines where you're like, keep that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
One day I'll at least try to do the poem a day for Poetry Month in April.
Oh, there you go.
I'll start with that, 30 for 30.
Hello, future Jolene. Listen to past Jolene. She's telling you next year. When is Poetry Month?
April.
Oh, you said that. April. Okay, April 2024. I'm going to text you every day. Anyway, my solo piece has been years in the making, and I've sat on like solo material that I've like been accumulating on my computer for ages and never quite felt like I had the right container to tell it. And writing the whole thing from scratch kept coming up dry. Like I would try to write something and then I didn't like it. And there wasn't ever quite a metaphor that I felt could hold my story of growing up as a gay Filipino kid in a very white, very conservative and Christian small town in Florida. So fast forward to 2022, when I continue the Cherry Orchard at the Wilma Theater, and that was a swift kick in the artistic butt to do this project. My director, Dmitry Krimov, he had this like really fast and loose way of working with Chekhov that became a sort of like aha moment for me, because he was really irreverent with the text. He honored the story, but he encouraged us to put the play and the lines in our own words. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that. I can do that. That's so easy. So now I am sharing my personal story with the veil of a character when it is needed. And I also got a lot of encouragement to do this from my therapist to make this piece. And she's been like, yeah, you should write it. I was like, no. So while this is not theater as therapy, I don't like that. That's not what this is. it definitely is a sharing of some deeply personal secrets and demons. So now I'm in rehearsals and I'm by myself in the rehearsal room, and it's a wild feeling being the only one making the decisions. And it forces me to sort of interrogate who I am and why I'm doing this. And yeah, it's unlike anything I've ever experienced before.
Wow, you're directing yourself.
Yeah, and you know what? I like slept on that. I was like, should I get a director or an outside eye? I think in a couple days I will have somebody just be in the room. I have a choreographer at least, but I was like, well, I really want this to be a pure Justin Jade experience. So we'll see what happens when you all come. But I have another question about our processes and about these projects. So why should audiences support these? And how does this help us grow our bands, our brands?
Our band, the band that we're starting.
Our band is Jolene Jaylene. How does this help us grow our band Jolene Jaylene and or our artistry?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, I would love for folks to support my merch because it definitely helps expand my brand. I think that my products are conversation starters. So I hope that, you know, when people wear them, that they'll talk about my poetry with others and discuss the message behind the poems. And it also is a help financially, of course. You know, I typically, anytime I sell merch, I usually take the money I make from the merch to buy more merch.
Okay. Yeah.
To create more merch, or I use it towards creating poetry videos and other creative projects. So that's just, you know, I call it my JCO fund. So when you are supporting my merch, you are supporting my art. So
yes,
that's why I think you should support art, to support an artist.
Yeah. Well, please support that and my solo show, because we support you because you both are incredible artists. Thank you, Mama Pat. But The Dangers of Tobacco is the biggest project of my life, both as a piece and in terms of the content. This is like deeply personal stuff that I've been writing for over 10 years, and I'm finally putting it into a container. And because of this, I'm using this as a test run with the hope of touring the piece beyond Philadelphia, reworking it, rewriting it, learning from this run. So it would be a dream to bring this to communities who may relate to it. And I would definitely love to bring it to the Edinburgh Fringe, which opens even more doors. So right now, I need audiences. I need you to come to the show, go to Cannonball and Fringe, buy tickets, but I also need a ton of financial support as I'm doing this all out of pocket. And it incur costs every new collaborator I bring on or any new pieces I need to buy. And in terms of non-financial support, marketing is like the second best thing. So post about it, spread the word, bring friends. These are all immense ways audiences can help my project.
We should do some TikToks for it.
Hello.
Let me know. Okay.
I really want to get in the character, which is just an old man. So it's just a beard and gray hair and suit, and go out in public and do some stunts. I think that would be fun.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let me know.
How are those maraschino cherries, by the way? I feel like you've pulled 15 maraschino cherries out of that glass that had 2 in it.
It was literally just 2. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. There are no more cherries.
Okay.
It just looks like it's red because of the cherries.
Yeah.
All done. Okay. Okay.
Yay.
So, what are some of your favorite things about what you are working on?
Oh, so my solo piece, I'm really excited because I'm playing a lot with the audience. I love theater where I get to experience that very live aspect of theater where it's kind of like a conversation between performer and viewer. And so I'm really excited about playing with audiences. There's no audience participation unless you do participate, and then you get free pottery. But
Am I going to want to participate?
You'll see. I'm also really excited about making the kind of theater I want to see as an audience member. This is like how I lead as a director as well. And perhaps the most pleasurable thing about this is that it's kind of helping me grow as a human being. I'm really confronting myself as an artist, and I'm butting up against my own limitations and doubt and the successes and the rewards, all of it. It's all really, really exciting. What about for you? What are some of your favorite things about the stuff you're doing?
Some of my favorite things are that, like, so with the poems, I created some that incorporate multimedia. So Unfortunately, I didn't get to debut them at World Cafe Live because I wound up having a family emergency. But I am looking forward to the day that I do get to share those poems with the world and like just have sound and projections and all that combined with my poetry. And then in terms of the merch, I love seeing like my loved ones rocking, wearing the merch. It really brings me so much joy. And I look forward to the day when I see people that, excuse me, there's that seltzer. When I see people that I don't know rocking it as well.
Yeah.
It
I
makes me
think
happy.
yes. I need to go on there and get me some. Can you do a Filipino and his adobo?
Yep. That's actually the next shirt that's coming out.
Yay! It's just a shirt with adobo on it. Like somebody spilled it. Those maraschino cherries really are giving you the burpees over there. But I think with both of these, with your poetry and your merch and my solo piece, what we're essentially talking about are passion projects.
Mhm.
And sure, we do sometimes get paid from all of this, and we will get paid, but we are really doing this because of the love and belief in the thing itself, or the message / joy / change we are hoping to see in the world. So how does your project activate passion for you?
I mean, it activates my passion because, like, literally, poetry is my passion. My two passions are acting and poetry. So, if I'm doing poetry, that is definitely one of my passions. I always say it's my goal to captivate, motivate, and educate people with my
Ooh.
poetry.
CME.
What you said?
CME. Captivate, motivate,
And
educate.
educate. There you go. And
Mhm.
that, I truly believe like God speaks through me with my poetry. So I am always happy to just be a vessel. And I know like I was blessed with this gift. So it definitely gives me great joy when I get to share it with the world. Because I believe that's what I was called to do. And then with my
Yeah.
merch, I just love that I get to have Black women and girls celebrating their hair through through my products. I'm very passionate about being your authentic self, and I'm a big advocate for hair freedom. Shout out to the Crown Act. So yeah, I get to highlight that with my merch. What about
Oh.
you?
Well, it's really my hope that the story that I'm sharing through my show might be someone else's story or unlock something for someone else as it does for me.
Mhm.
And I often think like the things that resonate with me the most is when a story is like super specific about a certain life experience, and that life experience has nothing to do with my lived experience. There's something
Mm,
universal in like looking at a detailed life of another individual. And I think that's why we love TV shows so much, why we love movies is we're stepping outside of ourselves, we're escaping our life to see someone else's life. So I'm really hoping that that's what my show does. The piece also highlights what I think I do well and brings a new lens on classical material. And it is ultimately for me a conversation with history and the audience I have in front of me. And that kind of thing makes me feel like I'm like an artist sharing the way I see the world with other human beings. So that's really what I'm passionate about, is like expressing how I see the world.
yes. Okay. So my last question before we get to the shenanigans is all about logistics. So
Yeah.
let's tell the Pank Papas how and when and where to watch these projects and the ways that folks can share these with friends and family. So for me, my poetry performance schedule is literally consistently being updated. I don't know what's going on, but some of the things that I know have already like been solidified. I am reprising my Strut performance. Strut, the Harlem Renaissance Cabaret. I did that at World Cafe Live this year, and now I'm doing it for late night snacks with the Bearded Ladies Cabaret. So that will be Sunday, September 10th at 9 p.m. And then this has not even been announced publicly, but I'm telling the Pank Papas because I love y'all and you get it here first. I will be in the DMV area. I will be featuring at Busboys and Poets in Hyattsville. That will be Thursday, September 21st at 8 p.m. You can go to busboysandpoets.com/events-list. So I'm very excited. I love performing in the DMV. There's such a great poetry scene there. So Yeah, I'm coming for you.
That's
Highly
huge.
still. And yeah, and then you can find my merch, like I said earlier, at jaylenclarkowens.com/shop. How can we see your stuff, Justin?
Well, my show is The Dangers of Tobacco, and it's in the Fringe Festival / Cannonball Festival happening at the same exact time. I only have 4 performances, and they're between September 3rd and the 11th at Fidget Space. That's in Northern Liberties. And you can go to fringearts.com for more information about that. Please come see that show. I'm so excited about it.
Yes. All right. Well, I think it's about that time to get into some
Games. Yes, here we are. We've made it to the games, the last games of the season before the fall, when we have our next episode. So we are going to be doing ABCs. So let's do a summer theme. Jaylene will say something with A related to summer and Y, and I'll go on. This is just a warm up. So go, Jaylene. Summer.
Oh, A, I'm going to say is for apple because I'm looking at them right now and they're usually sweet, nice, crisp summer apple, maybe a honey crisp, you know?
Ooh, that's a fall apple. B, beach.
Hush.
For the beach, for the Jersey Shore.
Obviously. C is for cookies and cream, ice cream.
Oh, D is for diets, because people go on diets for the summer. They want to look good.
Child. E is for what's E for? E is for energy, because I have so much more energy because it stays light longer.
And you saw Beyonce, energy.
Hello.
F is for French fries on the boardwalk. Either crinkle cut. Wait, are you a crinkle cut or regular, or like not? Okay.
Not really shoestring. I don't really like shoestring.
Nah, who likes a shoestring?
But I'll eat it if it's there. But yeah. Who are we on? G?
F, G.
G is for ginormous, because you just you can get such ginormous things, like a big pretzel, a big funnel cake, a big, ice cream.
Ginormous is not a word. H for hot. Hot, summer hot. Justin does not like being hot. Jolene likes being hot.
I is for iced tea, like a sweet tea, iced tea.
Mm-hmm. That's good. J is for jellyfish, because they're at the beach. Ooh, it's one of my biggest fears: jellyfish and snakes.
Really? I didn't know that. I know what to get you for your birthday now.
Ooh, a jellyfish snake.
K is for
Ooh, we're slow.
I know. K. What's K for? K is for cookies and cream spelled with a K. K is for kicking it with your homies.
JK. L is for lying around. Summertime. Lay.
Yep. M is for money, because you probably, if you're an artist, you're probably not making as much money in the summertime.
N is for what is N for? Novels. Read a book.
Yes.
Jalen, you should read a book.
O is for opulence, because when you get down and you had that seafood boil in the summer, you feel like you're living the opulent life.
And that seafood boil was ginormous. Element of P is for picnic. For summertime's a great time to picnic.
P, element of P. Q is for quiet summer nights on your porch, listening to the crickets while you have a little nightcap.
Look at that poet at work. R is for rest and relaxation, which we all should be doing.
S is for swimming at the beach or the pool.
T is for Tennessee, where I just came from my family vacation.
U is for underwater at the beach or the pool.
Ooh, V is for victory because you finished another year. So go you.
The W is for wind in your hair, that summer breeze.
Okay, X is for extra because people are extra in the summertime.
It's true. Y is for you and you, because we all love the summer. Yeah.
Z is for zoo. I take my daughter to the zoo. She sees the zebras and she goes, ooh, ooh. I like that version better. I think season 5 ABCs are completely stung.
Oh, that was good.
We've been
Okay.
training our whole lives for this.
Yes. Okay, here we go. So next, our second and final paint game. I know you effing lying. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this, but I had borrowed this from the Terrell show. Shout out to Terrell. So basically, we are going to be given a category from, well, I said from the audience, but if, you know, the audience or one of us, we're going to make it summer themed. So the person who has given the category then has to immediately say how many things in that category they can name. Let me get my timer ready. For example, if the category is colors, I may say, I can name 4 colors. And then Justin might say, I can name 5 colors. And then we would keep going like that until one of us thinks that the other person cannot name that amount of things, whereupon we will say, I know you effing lying. And then that person has 30 seconds to name the amount of things they said. So if Justin said I can name, 6 colors, and I said I know you effing lying.
Chartreuse, pink, green, orange, yellow, and dime.
Dime. So he would have lost.
What? I bet if I Googled dime color, it would be
hush. So that's the game. So Pank Poppas, if you can, drop into the comments something summer related that we could like name a bunch of types of that thing. I'll start it off. Let me see.
Wait. We got one. We got one. Mama Pat says summer beaches.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I can name 5 summer beaches.
Oh, you started at 5. Okay. I can name 6.
I can name 7.
I know you effing lying. Although I don't think you lying because you be at that beach. Okay. Here we go. And go.
Wildwood, Cape May, Ocean City, Delaware, Ocean City, New Jersey, Brigantine, Atlantic City, Sandy Hook, and for a bonus is I did 7.
You good because I done put the time at an hour and 30 minutes.
Jolene.
Okay. I was gonna say this one too. So let's do this one.
Ooh, let's raise the bar.
What?
Because I could name 8.
I can name 9.
I know you effing lying.
Okay.
Wait. I know your brain is already thinking. Brain's already thinking. We have to stop that. Stop that brain. Stop that brain. Make that brain go now.
Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, cookies and cream, salted caramel, honeycomb, butter pecan, and mango, and chocolate crunch and peanut butter. And thank you.
That was good. You went above and beyond. See, I think we can keep up in the bar. 30 seconds is a lot of time.
Okay, or we can shorten the time.
All right, 20 seconds. Let's go down to 20 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And let's go with summer cocktails.
Oh, okay. You first.
I can name 5.
I can name 6.
I know you effing lying. 20 seconds. Your 20 seconds starts now.
Long Island iced tea. What's that drink? Oh Lord. A sex on the beach. Oh Lord. A pina colada. A tequila sunrise.
There it is. There it is. Hoop. There it is.
That was bad.
Yes.
That was bad.
All right.
The tequila sunrise, and I've been drinking that most recently.
I know. Those last ones really leave your head. Let's do one more category.
Okay.
You choose. Thank you, Mama Pat.
I know. Mama Pat is on it. Oh my gosh. These are hard. Okay. Let's just do it. Amusement parks. I can name 3.
I could name 5.
I know you're lying, but I know you're not. I know you're not.
Set that timer.
Okay, 20 seconds. How many?
5.
Go.
We got Dollywood. We got Magic Kingdom. We got Disneyland. We got Epcot. We've got Efteling, which is in Paris. We have Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. We've got Universal Studios. We've got Islands of Adventure Universal Studios. We've got Dorney Park and Sesame Place. And
all right.
That was 11.
All right.
That was 11. 11. Are you amusement park? Oh,
well, friend.
Thank you, Mama Pat, coming through,
firing them joints off. Thank you.
I know. That was almost like a I know you effing lying for Mama Pat.
Right.
It was like, can you name summer categories? And she's like, I got 12.
That's exactly what it was. We love you so much.
Oh,
yes.
Thank
you.
Okay, well, here we are coming towards the end of our podcast episode. Let's check in about anything upcoming that we're excited about with our Pank forecast.
Pank forecast.
Oh, yeah. And since this is our last episode before the fall, this is also kind of like a fall preview. So, Jaylene, what are you looking forward to seeing in arts and culture in the fall?
Well, I'm a little biased, but I'm looking forward to us. Okay. I'm sorry to the people that are listening to this later or now. Oh my gosh. I am looking forward to us returning in the fall, season 5. I think it's going to be great. It will be the return of our Pop Around Town series. I know we haven't done one. We didn't do one all this season, I don't think, unless we started out with Ocean City, but I think that was last.
But we did a lot of
Poppa plays. We did. So next season we'll bring the return of Pop Around Town. I'm also excited about seeing Fat Ham at the Wilma again, but this time on the stage. So yeah, what are you looking forward to?
Well, there's 3 things that I'm looking forward to seeing and 1 thing I'm looking forward to doing. But the first is the Lion King at the Kimmel Center is coming through. The Kimmel Center has been very good to Jaylene and I, throwing us tickets so we can do some of our Papa plays. We saw Moulin Rouge and loved that. That was our last thing. And I'll rep us over at the Lion King. But I'm also excited to see a couple of plays around town. So what the Constitution means to me is at the Art and Theater Company. I missed this on Broadway and I auditioned for it here in Philly, but I'm still excited to see it. I think it's a really awesome and kind of important play. So let's go see that if we can for our pop plays. And then the Fringe and Cannonball is happening here in Philadelphia in September of this year. And there are tons of shows this year. So I'm looking forward to trying to support some friends if I can and see some avant-garde, experimental, daring work. Now, the thing I'm looking forward to doing is Noises Off at Delaware Theater Company in September, October. So come see me fall down sets of stairs, run my face into walls, get things thrown in my face.
Oh,
All of
yes.
them.
This sounds
Yeah,
great.
I know.
And of course, looking forward to continuing to see us on Albie's Elevator, running Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m., Saturdays and Sundays at 6:30 a.m. Or you can just catch all of the season on WHYY Kids. And like our Pank Papas are saying, Pank Papa Paul said, Albie season 2, please listen. We want that too. So let's hope and pray that happens. But hopefully in the fall, season 1 should be going national. So hopefully it'll be on more PBS stations other than just WHYY.
Yes.
So we are looking forward to that. All right. Our next episode, we don't know. We don't know, but it's going to be in the fall 2023 to be determined. We'll definitely let y'all know.
Oh, I love it.
And so we have to do our final freestyle of season 4.
This is like the 70th freestyle. Maybe it's not exactly 70, but this is our 70th episode. So let's see if we've grown and changed from little seedling freestylers to full-fledged 4-year-olds.
We haven't.
All right. Well, what's my topic?
Oh, I ain't even. We talked about. You know what?
Yeah.
Since you want to talk about amusement parks and name 50,011 of them, do a freestyle about amusement parks.
Oh, easy. Okay. Amusement parks. It's summertime. Get the cotton candy and the kids. We're going on a roller coaster because I want to make some vids. Photos of us smiling, going hand in hand, walking down the main street and dancing to the band.
Ooh! Hey. So you want to make some vids, some more COVIDs?
Yeah. Yep. Be careful out there. It's like coming around again.
It is, child. Listen.
She doesn't stop. She's like, she waits. She's the girl at the party that like waits till everybody's like left the room, and then she like comes up to you and then corners you into a conversation, and you're just like, wait, what? You're still here? You're still doing this to people? I thought you went home already.
Correct.
I'll call you an Uber. Okay. Since today we were talking about poems and shows, the word passion came up. Let's hear a freestyle poem about passion.
All right. Man, oh man, I got this deep burning passion for acting and poetry, and for the latter, I put it into some fashion. So I got me some J. Cole merch out here stunting on them. And if you get yours, you won't be fronting on them. Thank you.
Yes, that was good. That was really you plugged your merch in there. Always working. She's always working and always yawning. Maybe they're related.
Shut up. Well, give since you want to talk so much, give me a proverb about, being energetic and being like not tired, since you got to say about you being tired. Give me a proverb about it.
Okay, I know the perfect saying. I'm never good at sayings like this, but I know this one. So this one's about being tired. When you're tired. Okay, it's not a marathon. It's a bunch of people running.
Yep.
So that it's just like about reframing how you look at things.
That's a good one.
It's not a marathon. It's a bunch of people running.
I like it. I hope y'all carry that with you this week and through the entire rest of the summertime. We love y'all. This has been amazing. Thank you for supporting us for 4 seasons, for 70 70 episodes of shenanigans. Y'all
I-
have been with us. So
I cannot wait till the fall.
yes,
And-
Poppa Fall as Poppa Pink as Pop.
Oh, popcorn. Let's popcorn around the room. Speaking of popcorn, let's thank some people. We want to thank Jordan McCree, who wrote our music, Tracy A. Cassius, our studio editor, all of our past guests, and you, our followers, Pank Poppas. Thank you to those of you that are tuning in with us right now, and to those of you that are listening to us on all of the things. Please plug us on social media, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Insta. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, rate us. That goes so far. If you want to donate to us, there's a whole bunch of ways. Poppa Pank. You could go Venmo, Cash App, email us, whatever. You'll find us.
Yes. All right. Well, with that, have a happy rest of summer. Enjoy falling into fall, and we will see you then. Oogie. Bye.